Calling you, send me. I know you, send me. Calling you, send me. I know you, send me. Calling you, send me.
Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. So we're going to jump straight into this makeup look and try and forget about the fact that I've been away for 2 weeks. Here I am starting off by priming my eyes using my all-time favourite MAC Paisley paint pot, and then to make sure that this primer isn't tacky before we go in with eyeshadow, I'm just going to be setting that in place with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. I'm then going to go in with a transition shade, and you know the drill, it's just to make sure that all the shadows blend out easier. I'm going to go in with Creme Brulee by Makeup Geek, and I'm just going to be applying this to the transitional area of the eye, which is just above the crease, and I am diffusing it upwards towards the brow bone. And then I'm going to bring in some definition back into the eye by applying a bog standard brown shade into the crease. This is Cocoa Bear by Makeup Geek, and I'm taking this on a more precision brush. And the reason why I love this brush so much is because the ferrule is slightly pinched so that it fits perfectly into the crease. I'm then going to go in with Bitten, again my Makeup Geek, obviously they are like my favourite eyeshadows ever, and I'm taking this on a tapered precision brush. So again, the ferrule is slightly pinched, but this time this brush is tapered so it fits really nicely into the outer corner of the eye. I am just taking the shade and kind of smoking it out on the outer corner, and it really gives the eye this elongated shape, which I love. I'm then going to be taking a very small amount of Corrupt by Makeup Geek on a less dense fluffy brush. So this one has a lot more flexibility than the other brushes that we use. And then with a small amount of that Corrupt shade on the brush, I'm just going to be tapping that into the outer corner and then blending it out. And I feel like just applying this black shade to the outer V is just going to add a lot more dimension to the eye look. So the main attraction for this look, and what kind of brought me inspiration to create this look, is the Barry M Dazzle Dust in the shade 44. I think this shade is a must-have in the holiday season. It's just so beautiful and I highly recommend it. So I'm taking that shade on a flat synthetic head brush, and I feel like with these brushes it really helps to pack the colours on, and I'm packing this pigment onto the inner half of the eye, really concentrating it onto the inner corner, and I am dusting away the harsh line just a little bit because I don't want there to be like a harsh line between the eyeshadows and the pigment, but I'm not blending it out too much so that it just goes all over the lid. I felt like that just made no sense at all, but I hope you guys understand. Hopefully the video will help. Also, as you just saw from the previous clips, I was just prepping my eyelashes for my false ones by just curling them and then applying some mascara. I used the Maybelline Great Lash, and I applied my lashes off camera because I just thought it would be a ton easier. And then I am thickening the lash line just slightly using a L'Oreal pencil liner. And then once the eyes are complete, it's time to beat the face. I'm going to start off with priming my face using the Benefit Professional Primer. I have been absolutely loving this primer lately, and I do definitely feel like it transforms the look of my foundation once it's applied. Then moving on to foundation, I'm going to be mixing two together today because I feel like it makes the perfect skin shade for me. My skin shade is like the most annoying colour ever, so trying to find a foundation that matches completely is so hard for me. So I have been mixing these two foundations lately to kind of create the perfect shade for me. It's the L'Oreal Infallible foundation with the satin finish in the shade number 15, and then also the Rimmel London lasting finish foundation in the shade Ivory. So one of them's too light for me and one of them's too dark for me, so they kind of have the best of both worlds. I don't know. I'm going to be mixing them two together, applying it all over my face, and then blending it in with my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. I'm then moving on to concealer, and I'm going to be using my new loved concealer, which is the MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. I love this concealer because I feel like it just gives me amazing coverage. I'm just going to be taking some of that concealer on my finger and then applying it underneath the eyes to the centre of the forehead, down the bridge of my nose, and also my chin. You really want to focus this concealer on the centre of your face because it's really going to bring light to the areas and make your face appear slimmer and brighter. I am just going to be applying that and then blending in using my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge. I feel like with concealer, a beauty blender is just a must-have because brush strokes are just annoying. So I love using a beauty blender for blending in concealer. I just feel like it gives such a flawless finish and it doesn't move the product around too much, so it still gives you such amazing coverage. I'm then going to bake that concealer to make sure that it doesn't crease or move throughout the day. I'm going to be taking my Laura Mercier translucent powder and literally dousing my face in this. I love it so much. I'm taking my damp beauty blender and just kind of packing it onto the areas where I applied the concealer. So whilst we wait for the face to cook, I'm going to be focusing on the lower lash line, and I'm firstly taking the shade Bitten on a pencil brush and just running that along the lower lash line before we go in with the shade Corrupt, which is also, again, by Makeup Geek, the same shades that we used on the actual lids. I'm also taking that on a pencil brush and just running that over the top of the Bitten shade, and I feel like it just smokes the look out a lot more, making it a lot more dramatic and adding dimension to the eyes. So I'm then going to go in with the same L'Oreal pencil liner that we did before, and I'm just going to be lining my waterline. And then to finish off the eyes, I just applied some mascara to my lower lashes as well as dust off the bake that we applied earlier. I then moved on to the rest of the face makeup, starting off with my bronzer. I'm using the Barry M Deep Glow Dark Bronzer, and I'm just dusting that around the perimeter of my face using a big fluffy brush. I'm then going to be contouring using my Makeup Geek contour pan in the shade Love Triangle. I'm just applying this with the same brush on top of where we applied the bronzer, but mainly focusing this time on making the face appear slimmer and more defined. I'm now going to be taking my Sleek Solstice palette and I'm going to be highlighting using it. I took a few shades from the palette. I can't even remember what shades exactly, but I did take a few shades from the palette and I highlighted using them. So I just applied that to the high points of my face. So for example, my cheekbones, my nose, above the brow, my cupid's bow, and also my chin. And I feel like it just gives the skin such a healthy glow and it just makes the look so much better. So the final step for the look is lipstick, and I'm taking my MAC lipstick in the shade Stone. I have been absolutely loving this shade on me lately, and I got it a couple weeks ago and it's definitely been my go-to. You could definitely go with a red or a burgundy berry lip, but I decided I wanted to go for something a little bit different because I had used a burgundy lipstick for this look previously and I just wanted to switch up a little bit, but this look definitely goes with a lot of colours. I'm just going to be applying that all over the lips and that just completes the look. I love it so much. I really hope you guys enjoyed this makeup look. Don't forget to let me know by giving the video a big thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video.